Here are your hosts, Tom Osa and Mike Kluger.
Anyone that typically hears us on the air knows that we're on Wednesday mornings at like around 8 o'clock. Mike, we couldn't do that today.
Well, and I really wanted to talk to the listeners about this. Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
Tom, every once in a while, asks me to either cover an event or join him at an event. And this morning, we were at the RBE. Tom, what does RBE stand for?
The Rockland Business Exchange. It's one of the oldest, if not the oldest, networking groups in all of Rockland County.
Over 2 decades old, yes?
Yeah, I think it was established in 87, something like that. But I want to thank everybody for being here once again on behalf of me and Mike. And we got a lot of stuff to talk with you about today. And boom, turn off the music.
So most of it is about being connected. Now, folks, we do talk about how Tom and I are connected to many of you in Rockland, and Tom specifically is connected to some of our elected officials and many business organizations.
Not connected. I just want to be
clear
about that.
Over my nose. Yo, he's connected. He's part of Italian, you know.
Jimmy Hoffa, like underneath the Giant Stadium rumor.
Well, I say, Tom, that you are very well connected because you seem to know an awful lot of people in Rockland. And it's not just business folk. It's not just elected officials. It's everybody. Yeah. Like you were even talking to the waitress at the restaurant.
That's Maria.
Morning, yeah. Right? You're like, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. So
Maria likes me.
I want our listeners to know that if they are looking for any kind of service or business or product or whatever, that they should call us. They should reach out to us. They should email us at rocklandnews.com/alert. And we want to know about the news. We want to know about events. We want to know your questions on what we should search out for you in Rockland because we want to be your voice.
Exactly. And we can't do it without you. This is not a two-person show. I mean, it's a 337,000 person show eventually. I mean, right now we're about 1,000 to 2,000 views per episode. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in. 590,000 page views of the 600 stories that we wrote last year at rocklandsnews.com. Plus, thank you to our friends on social that have not only, they follow the page. Mike, 3.6 million views last year of our stories. It's like, whoa.
Well, and those views go out to help us and our sponsors.
Right.
And this is a good moment to mention some of our sponsors.
Yes.
Such as the New York Boulders baseball team and their home Clover Stadium.
Exactly. And they're coming up on their 15th annual event, their entire season. I don't want to say an event, but like they're kicking off the 15th anniversary.
Series.
Yeah, it's like a whole series and everything. But nyboulders.com, they're our premier sponsors for the year. But the thing about what's special about this season, they have artificial turf that they just put down that's going to make it a lot more event driven. You're going to be able to see a ball game on Friday and then a carnival on Saturday, basically.
Well, I want to hear a music fest on one of those
on
days
Sunday.
too.
Yeah, exactly. Rockland Music Fest. We're not going to do it at Boulders Stadium. I mentioned I was going to announce a few things, but we're not doing it this year. We did it last year over there, but
we got to change it up.
We'll be back. We're going to be back. So
because
New York,
we want to bring all of the cool places, venues, nooks, and crannies of Rockland to you listeners.
Yeah.
How are we all supposed to know about the cool stuff unless we go out and find out? And I know y'all working real hard. So Tom and I, we're going to make it our job to go find those nooks and crannies for you and tell you about it right here in our podcast.
And again, their 15th annual season, NewYorkBoulders.com. You can learn more about the team. And tickets are something like easy, like $10, $15 a person. And there's not a bad seat in that entire stadium.
No, and there's craft beverage places. There's a playground. Like they thought of a whole lot of things when they decided, hey, this needs to be an event space.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, on the eastern side of Rockland County, there are 2 other event kind of places, not quite as big as Boulder Stadium,
that we want to thank.
And they are Breakpoint Bowling, which
Breakpoint
also has
Bowling.
laser tag and all sorts of stuff, and New York Pickleball.
I know.
Went and did a show at New York Pickleball finally.
That was amazing.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
And I actually have the interview that we did.
Yeah.
Because you sent me the file.
Right.
So we're going to cue that up at some point today. It was a really cool interview with, I believe, that Laura and Dave.
I believe you are correct.
And the two of them, I mean, they are, and some of the stuff that they said spoke to my heart because they are entrepreneurs. This is not their first business. This is their best business. And what it is you got 9 pickleball courts in there. If for those of you that understand pickleball, there's also a kitchen. That's
in
what
the
they call
kitchen?
Yeah, right.
The kitchen in the kitchen?
All the way in the back, because the kitchen is like the area in the middle of the pickleball court where the ball can't go. We'll explain that to you as we learn. But they actually have an area in the back, and it feels like you're at a tiki bar. Yeah, really cool. They're built, and New York Pickleball Club is located in where the old Ocean State job lot used to be.
Now, I believe Dave told me it was BYOB, and if you are looking for a fine ale in New City, District 96 is the place to go.
Fantastic place, and it's right next to the Burger Loft.
Both owned by John.
Yeah.
And they also have a second location in Nyack, which has nothing to do with pickleball. But if you were looking to get yourself, a nice burger and a beer after or before your pickleball game, that's the place I would go.
Yeah, and you could even I don't know if they have pickles at New York Pickleball.
But you could get some pickles from Burger Loft and then go.
To. That's exactly what I was going with. Yeah,
all right.
Dig it, man. Yeah.
Now, if burgers aren't your thing and you're in New City, where would you go?
I would likely go to Kobe Sushi, located in New City, New York.
If it's today, because Wednesday is Jazz Day.
And Michael Torres will be performing tonight, starting from 6 o'clock, going until 9 o'clock. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If you come tonight and you mention Rockland News, you get 15% off your entire order, minimum $75, but that's at least $10.25 off your order. They got great sushi. They got great sake. The ambiance is beyond reproach because especially Beyonce won't be there tonight. They're I can see the whole idea of like the whole red carpet and like the
Right.
I get that feeling for this. So Kobe newcityny.com is the web address, and Michael Torres will start his performance tonight at 6 o'clock, and Rockland News will be there.
Now, if you are looking for a sandwich right about now, Whole Shot Bagels has so much more than just bagels, although their bagels are phenomenal. The amount of selection and flexibility, and it's just a fantastic place.
Yeah.
When we talk about American dreams of people coming here from someplace else and starting with nothing and building up a business and a brand so their children can move on to be the next level of adults, I can tell you that the children of Whole Shot are becoming doctors, like literally in med school. So listeners, never think that you can't do it, that you can't dig up that old American dream where if you just work hard enough, you get to the right place.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it.
Absolutely. And amongst the many sponsors that we have, one thing that I like to take pride in is that, and the people we work with, it's a team effort. We all know our sponsors and advertisers, the nameless, faceless corporations do exist. And I'm not saying that they're bad or good. Business is business.
Street over Wall Street.
Right.
I'm going to write a song about that.
Okay. All right. We're going to chart it and we're going to put it down and we'll incorporate that.
And maybe I'll do it for a sponsor band.
Yeah. I know. I got to write up a bunch of stuff. It's not overwhelming at all. Okay. No. Well, we know all of the advertisers and the sponsors. Like we communicate with them. And we do business with them, and that's the beautiful part of what we're aiming to build here. And one of the reasons why I'm going to get all teary-eyed here.
Oh yeah.
Why Mike has been such an amazing addition to what we're.
Will you stop complimenting me? Oh, I mean, no.
Go on. Let's go back like a year ago. Okay. And what was I doing? I was sitting in over here. We got the studio, but little podcast booth. Hello, this is Tom Osa. This is the news for today. Blah, 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 blah.
It was a little dry. Folks.
Bad news, good news.
The weather.
No sports. We did not have a hippy dippy weather, man.
I mean, I may not have the hair, but I'm still a hippy dippy weather man.
Yeah, well, you deliver it. Like you could communicate it.
And it's hot today, and it'll be hot tomorrow, and then it's going to cool down over the next few days.
So when you showed up, it really, just gave me a better vision for where this thing can go.
Well, and one of the things that we noticed even today, there were people in the room, that networking room today, that I knew who you did not, which surprised me because I feel like you know everybody. And with that, listeners, I want to reiterate, if you are looking for any kind of service, if you email us at rocklandnews.com/alert, I am 90% sure we will be able to come up with a solution for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
there's more sponsors too.
I was just going to mention, I was sitting right next to Clean Space Maintenance Company.
Tony D'Elia from Clean Space, mmc.us, Clean Space Junk Removal this weekend. And we hired Tony and his team to bring us the big pickup,
when Tommy is saying us, he is meaning him and his wife.
Right, not me and Mike. Like,
no.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, but we don't own anything together.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And not at the moment.
I mean, we're gonna own radio soon.
Okay. We're gonna.
Who knows?
So how do you do that? Do you like put your hands up in the air and grab radio?
You got to go to 99 Signs.
99 Signs. That's the place where you go for your signs, because, ladies and gentlemen, a business without a sign.
It's a sign of no business.
Get all your signs, your digital signs, your billboard signs, your banners, your lawn signs,
your Little League signs.
Any sort of signs. Little League signs. That's right. You remember that from this morning.
Yeah, they're going to Little League today.
Yeah. So everything, 99signs.com. And they also provide advice on the website at Rockland's News, FYI.
So some of our oldest sponsors, and I love these next two, because they support Rockland music so much. And I mean, the entire music scene of Rockland.
Right.
Yabu Fence and Dana Pest Control.
Yabu!
Multi-generational, both those businesses are multi-generational families, Rockland County businesses, and they really have been so supportive of all of our music festivals in the past. And they really want to see Rockland succeed.
Yeah.
Because if we're all succeeding, they will succeed as well.
That reminds me, when we were at the meeting, Mike Dolce, he wanted to do that podcast with us about like pop culture and movies and TV.
Okay.
I did a podcast with him once. He's kind of one of the reasons why I added podcasting into this whole thing.
So there was a guy at the event today.
I have all the business cards from them, so let me know.
The one that made me laugh. Now, folks, I need to know, how many Joe Dursos are there?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because
now there's three.
We know three. I did not get a chance to ask the newest discovery of Joe Durso by me if he played guitar like the other two Joe Dursos, because you can't even say that Joe Durso plays the guitar, because I know two who are amazing guitarists.
Yeah, this dude's a lawyer. I'm looking at his business card right now. The law offices of Joseph Durso, LLC.
We're going to have to call Joe Durso, LLC, and see if he plays guitar.
Do you think it's going to be weird? Like, he calls up, it's like Joe Durso Law, and then we call him, what do you do? Sue you people.
I mean, I
sue everyone.
I just want to play more music, my friend.
Right. No, I want to as well.
But I did find it funny that Joe Durso was there. I would like to give a shout out to two other people.
Yeah.
One is my classmate, also Amy Conklin Stam's classmate of Class of 91 North Rockland, Eric Black, and his business.
Yeah, he was there too.
And my old friend from Rockland Community College, Mike Verschneider.
Just a side note, you said Amy Conklin Stam. Was that she was there?
No.
Okay.
Eric and I graduated in class of 91, same as Amy Conklin Stam.
Oh, Erica Segrist.
No, Amy Conklin
Stam. Amy Conklin Stam. Okay, never mind.
No. Stony Point Town Supervisor is a North Rockland graduate, and two of her North Rockland graduates were hanging out together doing this networking.
All right, and I apologize. I was just confused because there's a woman that was at the meeting that looks of similar, like hair and so on.
Right.
I thought you thought that was Amy Conklin.
No, I did not.
Okay, all right. So I'm wrong, and please.
You were mistaken.
Yeah. First time for everything.
I mean, it happens. So, folks, my point to all of that is that it seems that Tom and I know an awful lot of people in Rockland, and that's not to brag. That is to offer you the service of you reach out to us and say, go find out. And we want to go do that because we're interested in what Rockland is interested in.
Exactly.
We would like to bring your voice, put all the voices together, find all the cool cool crevices of Rockland that are so awesome that nobody knows about. And a lot of the time it's because we are overburdened with choice.
Yeah.
So
we're going to remove all that choice for you ladies and germs.
Wait, no, that's not how that works.
That's why I said ladies and germs.
Oh. Viruses?
No, it's bacteria.
Antibacteria.
Antibacteria, exactly.
All right, it's going to be one of those shows, folks.
Yes.
Anyway,
this is my fault, not his.
He distracted me. But going back to a serious note, if there are any kind of services that you are looking for and you want a local business to go do that, please contact us at rocklandnews.com/alert. Continuing on our sponsor list, we have Fiesta Acapulco, delicious Mexican food up in Stony Point. Stony Point Pancake Factory across the street from there.
Yeah,
they're like a one-stop diner, which I don't think there's anything you can't find on that menu.
They haven't allowed. They're actually in the process of getting a brand new menu printed up because we were in there last week.
Okay.
So we're going to be announcing some stuff. We'll maybe put something out there. We'll invite them on the live stream. I think that's a good route forward.
All right. That would be fun.
Oscar can definitely talk up the menu and all the stuff that's on it. We used to do our North Rockland Chamber of Commerce business meetings over there, and it was a hoot.
I would like to bring that up to your point. If you are having an event of any kind, whether it's a business event or a social event, look into our local businesses and our local restaurants. Many of them want to work with you, and they want you to come there. They want the exposure, they want the sales, they want the revenue, and they want to be part of the community. Most of the people that I've been interviewing talk about how they're part of the community of Rockland. So, listeners, the way you help us cultivate that is tell them that you heard about them from Rockland News.
Yes, exactly. And you're going to see a lot more of these mention Rockland's News and get a discount. We have found multiple times over, every time that we reach out to each of these individual businesses, especially if they're retailers, they want to offer something to you, the consumer, that is going to show them all the great stuff that they can do. It's Business 101. Have something to give for free or something of a good service or product. And then, hey, more people will show up. So, like, for instance, Whole Shop Bagels we mentioned before.
And Kobe Sushi.
Kobe Sushi as well. You mentioned Rockland's News, and you get literally free stuff in bagel and Whole Shop Bagels. You get a free bagel. Boom, done.
Who doesn't love a free
Rockland's
bagel?
News. Okay.
Who doesn't love a free bagel?
So what's the value? It's like $3-4, given all this stuff. That's one. First time customers only, by the way. I want to note that. But also, let's think about this. Also, over at Kobe Sushi, you get 15% off your order. Mike, there's a new sponsor that I wanted to mention.
We have a new sponsor.
Yeah. So we have Kimio Matthews from Stony Point Massage. All right. I had a great conversation with her last week. It was last Friday. Me and John, we hopped in the car. We went over to drop off some stuff. We went to Stony Point Pancake Factory, and then we went to see Kimio. So first of all, very welcoming atmosphere, very professionally run. We go in there. She says, "Oh, come into the comfort area, sit down on very nice, comfortable couches." And quite frankly, I'll just tell everybody right here. So the cost for advertising on Rockland's News, and that's not just on this show, but this show, as well as the 5 towns of Rockland,
$1 million
plus on social. All right,
it starts at
it's not
$1 million.
Nobody can handle that, including me.
I mean, not even Dr. Evil.
Yeah, well, I have the outfit. So I do have the outfit, but $99. That's it, right? And now I didn't mention this to Kimio before, but I talked with her about advertising on the show, and she said, "Well, I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't know if I should be advertising because here's the deal." And she said, I'm overwhelmed with visits, like appointments, like her calendar is full, and she's had to take on more staff.
Hold on, Rocklanders. This is called economic growth.
Right. So she has hired 2 massage technicians, certified and so on.
Licensed licensed massage therapist. I think that's what LMT stands for.
Yeah. And she basically said, and Mike, you can relate to this when you're telling me, I can't do everything by myself.
That's true.
Right. So instantly my brain flipped over to, well, as part of this, we can post job offerings from Stony Point Massage on rocklandjobs.org.
And I'm telling you, folks, Tom just seems to be in the right place at the right time all the time to know the person that you and I need to go talk to. Now, in that realm of physical health and rehabilitation.
Yeah, and I have an extra part to the story, but go ahead. I'll come back.
I just wanted to mention Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy.
That's right, Nick.
Yep, because they are also interested in becoming part of our Rockland News family, and we want to talk them up too. It's a really nice place.
Absolutely, and and there's therapists that we've worked with before. There's also a sports therapy company out in right by Rockland Community College that was with us last year. I think it was called Sports Med Zone.
Okay.
All right. And then we got Dr. Nicholas Kirkpatrick. We've had chiropractic on here. Dr. Anna Marie is our chiropractor in North Rockland, Cairo. Shout out to Dr. Anna Marie.
Okay. She's
my chiropractor. And now Kimio. So there's a wellness component to this too that I'm really happy to. Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer Lehman and I have plans for you, Tom.
Oh, really?
Dietary plans, garden plans. No, we have it for the show. Listeners, it will be coming soon. Jen and I are working on a segment to discuss eating well, growing well, and doing some farm to table stuff. So some garden to table, as you would.
Okay.
So
if I can be, I'm going to step into CEO mode just for a moment.
Captain Tom.
Can I get a presentation from you and Jennifer?
Ooh, that would be fun. Can we film it?
Well, of course. We're going to publicize it. Just film it. You think any of this stuff is just going to stay here? It's going to end up in a box somewhere in the middle of like Indiana Jones.
It's going to end up as earworms in our listeners' ears.
We have top men working on it. Who do you have working on it? Top men. At the end of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they take the ark and they put it into the box, and then they're like, we have top men working on it. And then for those of you youngsters, all right, it's called Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Okay, check it out. It's interesting, maybe. But at the end, they're basically taking the ark.
Spoilers.
Okay, and they're putting it into this really, really huge warehouse in the middle of
I think it was Warehouse 13.
Yeah. Warehouse 13. You know of that.
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we have a few more sponsors that we should get through. Like, who else is on this list? The UPS store of West Haverstraw.
Thank you. Yeah. That's Roger over there.
Our most favorite place, 202 Cannabis.
202 Cannabis, located in Garnerville, New York. They're the first licensed cannabis dispensary, especially with
a drive-through.
You can get your cannabis while you're in your car. Now,
But you're not supposed to smoke it.
Keep it safe. Put it in the trunk. Put it in the proper place. Go home. Enjoy your herb. And yeah, I mean, I don't know much about this cannabis stuff.
But you're knowing more because we go and we talk to him and he educates you.
I feel like I'm gaining an education of it.
All right. So, folks,
go
check it out. The staff, the bud tenders are super nice. They're very knowledgeable. And you can come in and be like, I'm a dummy about this. You can act like Tom and go, I don't know anything about this. And they will tell you all the things you want to know and probably some things you don't want to know.
That's not how I actually sound, does it?
No, that's how I sound.
No, you don't sound like that, man. No.
A
lot of love going around this show today. Gosh darn it.
Let's see. Who else do we need to mention?
Well, we said Yabu Fence, Dana Pest Control.
We did.
All right. Yeah. And Easy Temp for all your ice machine repairs. So if you got commercial refrigeration, you got to take deli meats and keep them nice and cold, you want to call Easy Temp to make sure that your machines are taken care of and inspected and also kept up to date. You can visit them at easytemp.net.
Now, who else we got? Lauren Molino Muller at Howard Hanna Rand Realty.
Yeah.
as well as who's our other realtor?
Susan
Susan
Bova
Bova
from
Coldwell Banker Realty.
Exactly, yeah. And Susan has been with us for like about a year and a half now. And I also asked her to be on the show, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's going to hop on at some point.
Are
She's
we going to talk about the housing market?
Oh, absolutely.
I would be very interested in that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Banchetto Restaurant, Sparkling Clean Homes.
Yes, getting your entire house clean for just $249. Entire house.
And the only thing I think that we have missed is Rockland Music Fest.
Yep.
And Rockland Music Fest is in conjunction with my favorite pet project of Tom's, Sponsor Band.
Yes.
So, folks, if you have been playing in your basement, you've been playing in your garage, you got 3 friends, you feel like you got a set to play, you come to Sponsor Band and we can try and get you paid for your music making.
Yes.
Because we want to put you in the venues around Rockland, the bars, the clubs, the restaurants, and all of that who could benefit for some music, and attach not just the venue, but a sponsor who really is in support of music, such as Yabu Fence or Dana Pest Control.
Exactly.
So give us a shout at rocklandnews.com/alert.
Alert. Getting good at this.
Eli Manning, don't get mad at us.
Yeah. And there's so many others. I just want to make sure we didn't miss any.
Well, we did.
Ines Fabe, we're talking with them. We don't know. FC Perfection, we got to give them a call. And again, Clean Space Maintenance Management Company. I'm going to see Tony on Friday. He's a consistent advertiser. We appreciate him.
I would also like to mention some of the other craft beverage makers, because I do know that most of our craft beverage makers are in places that are not necessarily super visible, right? They might be down at the end of a main street or buried in and amongst a bunch of residential buildings or an industrial park. Noble Experiment Brewing Company in West Nyack, the Bricktown Beer House, which is Stony Point Brewing on Railroad Avenue in West Havistraw, and on the other side of Railroad Avenue there is Round Table Brewing.
That's right.
And one of the newest
I'm listening.
Participants in the craft beverage world, cider has gotten its resurgence, right? And there is Red Barn Cider, which is attached to Davies Farm, and there is a cider made by Van Houten's. You just can't go to Van Houten's to go get it.
Yeah, you were telling me the story about that in the car.
It was sad. The citizens were not being very supportive of Van Houten, and I found it to be very disappointing. I was supposed to meet up with one of the Van Houtens this week. That will be rescheduled, so be looking for that in the future. Because one of the things I do is I go out into the community and try and find the cool places to go tell you about.
Yeah.
One of the places that I found was called the Sparkle Bookstore in Spark Hill, New York.
And you were at Tina Traster, who is she's a competitor, obviously, in the news space, but she's also a colleague. I don't think she likes me a lot, but I do hold her in regard, because here's the thing. She, first of all, has a lot of knowledge in the journalism industry.
She has been a journalist for many decades.
And I say this regardless of our political ideologies not entirely being on the same wavelength.
I mean, yours and mine are not on the same wavelength. So.
That's true, right? We get along, right?
Because we believe the most important thing in the world is not politics, but music.
Yes.
Which is true.
And
so
what I
fight
say,
me on that.
What I say is that she does her research. So I have to give her that. And she did a talk on, her experiences. So how was it?
I found that what she was saying was very pertinent. Everybody in the room was very concerned about the community. And this is one of the missions that I want to bring to our show. Tom and I really care about Rockland County, regardless of political affiliation, religion, any of that. We care about Rockland, all of Rockland,
yes.
All of Rockland. We care about everyone here. We want everyone to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. We want you all to be kind, and we want you to be informed.
We need you to be informed. It's really important, because again, and as a matter of fact, we're going to talk about something that happened information-wise over at Admiral's Cove momentarily. I'm actually just grabbing the stuff
to answer your question about Tina. Tina has been focused on Rockland County business and Rockland County politics.
Right.
And I appreciate that, because although we touch on those topics,
right,
we are a community and music.
Yeah, we're a little more. I have no problem saying it. We're more on the softball side of things. It's not, we're going to, and Mike did an interview with Bus Patrol that showed that he can ask the hard questions, right? But generally speaking, like Jennifer said it. Jennifer's one of the team members at Rock Web Systems, our company here. Jennifer said it best. She says, "You look in the best in people." Okay.
Well,
now that obviously
there's good in people.
Yeah, but that obviously has its own blind side to it.
That's true.
Because when you're looking at the best in people, you're not always finding nobody's 100%. Well, so what's the worst?
How do you fix a problem if you don't discuss it and bring up a problem?
Exactly. Right? And I think it's the same way either way. Like there's good and bad. Like if somebody has a dystopian view of stuff, they're still maybe thinking this way for the right purposes.
Right.
So
because if the idea is to try and navigate and negotiate us into being a better population, not controlled, but by planting the seeds of parks and food and music.
Right.
Like if we are not driving for dollars and striving for dollars, and we're driving for good times and laughs and full bellies and full hearts and ears full of laughter and music, how does that happen unless we have the food and the music and the parks, both. Right?
Exactly.
So in Rockland County, we have all of these resources. And I feel like there's a lot of things that are missed because we're running around chasing dollar bills and ignoring our neighbors and ignoring our community. So if you spend a little bit more time off your phone and out in the park or out at District 96 having a beer and listening to a band, or Mike Torres today at Kobe Sushi, right? There are places to go. There are resources that we have in Rockland. One of them, I spoke with Rockland Green. No, Keep Rockland Beautiful. And it was really interesting talking to that little section. They're a nonprofit agency, but their whole goal is to make Rockland nicer.
Yes.
Right? And sometimes I feel like we as Rocklanders can be a little inconsiderate of one another. And
you see it on the road every day.
Yeah, I bring that up. So please keep your trash inside your car or in the trash can, not on the side of the road, because it just makes our place look not nice.
Right, exactly.
I want a nice, clean place to live. I'm sure all of you do too. We want everyone to be safe. Support your local fire departments and your ambulance corps.
And Rockland Green.
And Rockland Works is the place where we're trying to support you from a business side, right?
That's right. The Workforce Development Board of Rockland County has worked for at least 10 years in order to help develop quality jobs, quality training, being able to bring people into the workforce, train them, get them into the workforce, and be gainfully employed. RocklandJobs.org is a supplement.
And one of the ways that is driven is by people like you listeners, citizens of Rockland, sending us at Rockland News messages going, hey, this is where we're at, right? Because Tom and I will take that information and
we shall process it
anonymously.
Yeah, no, we have ways of doing that.
And start planting that in the ears where they need to go. Because if the citizens are asking for something and it's not getting to the lawmakers because their voice is too quiet, let's bring that up. And with that being said, Tom has a story about Admiral's Cove. Now, backstory, Tom and I have been working on this story because the citizens specifically of Admiral's Cove have been frustrated because they were not getting the services that they were paying for, because their premium apartments were not they were breaking down. And Tom and I went and interviewed everybody. that we could get a hold of, specifically the management. And Tom took it up the chain and got the management replaced.
Yeah. Well,
Now-
we didn't get the management. We just showed up and we said hello. We observed.
My point is that
left.
we spoke on it and we asked the right questions to the right people, and something changed.
Something did change. It was very interesting how it changed. We're very appreciative, not just of how it changed, but also some of the people behind the scenes that were helping this along. For instance, the Admirals Cove Tenants Association. And they are the customer. And Mike, you know I'm all about the customer, or I try to be, right?
Right.
But, it seems that the previous dude that was the property manager just was dropping the ball. That's the way it seems. We're not even going to mention his name. It's done. So the new property manager seems more hands-on. There's some stuff that's still going on down there.
What I want the listeners to take away from this, though, is that if we all start working together, if you have an association, you feel like your voice isn't being heard, come sing it to us, because we want to hear it.
Yeah.
We want to hear it and we want to help.
Yeah. So you can fill out that form, rocklandsnews.com/alert, and we can get the information about that. So here's the update on Admirals Cove.
All right.
Basically, remember I mentioned last week that somebody kind of went scooters there?
Scooters?
It's not a clinical term.
Oh. So tell us about the scootered individual.
Well, we'll call him Scooter McGavin.
Scooter McGavin.
Well, Scooter McGavin apparently just got a little nutsy at the complex over the last few weeks.
The names are changed to protect the innocent.
Exactly. Yeah, his name is obviously not Scooter.
It's Scooter McGee now.
Scrooge McDuck. I don't know. Scooter McGavin, basically.
That's copyright infringement.
I'm sorry, Scrooge McDuck. I apologize. He's going to take 100% of my company in perpetuity. I know.
Oh, boy.
All right. At some point. So now.
Gold coins.
Dive in them. So down at Admirals Cove, basically there's this dude, and there's some issues. I don't want to I'm not going to name his name, obviously, for real, but down in the common area where there's the recreation room, hanging out, just opening up other people's packages and using them, basically taking a person's PlayStation, taking a person's this, taking a person's that, and just doing it himself, creating absolute mess. Level 1. Level 2, he started in his apartment, yelling and screaming and just kind of throwing tantrums and everything. And the cops had to be called.
So I was just going to say, this sounds like a security issue.
Oh, big time. He was taken into custody several times already.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, obviously, for any, residents, there's a process for making sure that a person doesn't just get kicked out on the street. But at the same time, let's just say it seems that process has started. Well, fast forward to yesterday, the cops were called again.
Oh, boy.
And the fire department was called because this individual started lighting crap in his residence on fire, a la Jimi Hendrix with his guitar.
Except Jimi Hendrix did it on stage for.
I think Jimi Hendrix was a lot cooler at it. I don't think this guy should have done that.
He's one of the most coolest human beings ever to walk this planet.
Yeah, pretty much.
My not so humble opinion.
Yeah, and you know what? All along the Watchtower, baby. I get it.
Great song.
Watson's actually an employee now, so he's on that Watchtower.
Yeah.
He says,
You watching it?
You need me on that wall.
Those birds are coming, and he's the bird dog. Anyway, so Admirals Cove had a fire starter.
Yes, he doesn't look the same as Drew Barrymore.
No.
It's a great talk show.
Tom just lost it.
I broke a Tommy.
I broke a Tommy. Okay, so Tommy, that was Admirals Cove, and
so we're gonna find out what's happening over there.
And again, this is one of the things I cannot stress enough is be nice to your neighbors, because maybe they're a little crazy for whatever it is, and maybe they need some help.
Yeah.
There is lots of help around Rockland County. There are lots of services, and if you are concerned and you don't know where to go, rocklandnews.com
/alert.
Alert.
And also, you can check out our jobs area at rocklandjobs.org. Check out our advertising at rocklandsnews.com /advertising. So much that we could talk about ourselves, but let's get into the news of the day.
The news of the day. Tell me the news of the day.
Okay, well, Rockland News has a leading story on Google News today. It's a higher ed story that could have a long-term impact for local students in Rockland County. Rockland Community College and Ramapo College of New Jersey have signed a transfer agreement that gives RCC graduates with qualifying AA or AS degrees, that's Associate in Arts or Associate in Science, degrees, a clearer path to enter Ramapo College, which is where I went.
Okay.
I transferred from RCC to Ramapo.
Did they have this program when you were a student?
Yes, I was able to transfer.
Okay.
I couldn't get all my credits over there, but a decent amount.
Okay.
And they end up as a junior as they show up. Minimum GPA is 2.5, which is good because I was a 2.6. No, I was a 3.
Straight C student.
I was no, you know what it was? I was 2.9 by the time I left RCC, but then when I got to Ramapo, I got it up to like a 3.3. So I'm fine. All right. Have to be over 3. That was the thing.
I had a very high GPA at Rockland Community College. I did not do so well when I went away to school.
Yeah. So the move is being framed as a simpler, more predictable bachelor's degree pathway for Rockland students planning to stay regional while finishing their 4-year programs.
And I do encourage all of the young people of Rockland to stay here. I would like it so much if we could flourish and keep planting trees for the next generations. The only way to do that, folks, is to make this a nicer place.
Definitely. And
to try and figure out a way to deal with all the costs that everything's so expensive.
There's a lot. Last night I was at my friend's house and I we hung out, we had a few beers and everything. Definitely I can tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, there was no way that I could drive.
What were you driving?
So I got never mind that. Oh. So I got an Uber back, all right, and the Uber was $70.
Oh,
$70.
I thought it was $314.
I put in less in the poker game than I paid to go one way to the game. Insane. There's just a lot of stuff. You got a story?
Well, it seems that Clarkstown has approved a partnership with a pavement management group to improve how the town tracks road conditions and plans maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
I do know several of my friends, family, Facebook, Rockland citizens are appalled at the number of potholes that still exist from last winter. Our roads took a beating because it snowed a lot. And that's just what it is.
It is indeed appalling.
This thing that Clarkstown is doing is trying to collect more data. And again, it's hard in the place that we're in because we have the technology to gather this data up. But then there's always the question of the security of the data and what's being done with it. And I feel like if we can volunteer a little bit more anonymously, and there's an easier way to go do that, such as writing to us, that we're going to get all of this done faster.
Right.
Because what Clarkstown's trying to do is pay a company to figure out how to deal with the repairs of the roads and where all that damage is and how much it costs and all of that. And they're trying to figure out how to plan so it doesn't break as fast. This is specifically in Clarkstown, but I am hoping that the other towns kind of pay attention to this, because this is the whole point of being a good citizen, right? If you are looking at what your neighbor's doing from what can I learn from them, instead of being judgy on, oh, what are they doing over there?
Yeah.
We're
the second time you use that
well, because that's I'm annoyed voice. I don't like when people being old curmudgeons about their neighbors when they haven't found out who they are.
Yeah, absolutely. I gave my previous neighbor, he left like about 6 months ago. But I gave him a 1.5 year chance. Like I tried to reach out to him. Like I was on his podcast a few times.
Oh, yeah.
And so, it's what it is. You can't make a connection with everybody.
No, but you can
you can reach out still.
And you can find tolerance with your neighbor, even if you're not of the same ideology, mentality, culture, whatever it is. If the folks of Jewish birth, like myself, are sitting next to a recovering Catholic.
I thought you were Australian.
From down under. To my point is that if we had three cultures all living next to each other and everyone's allowed to celebrate their own celebration,
Yeah.
and if you are fortunate enough for them to all be on different days and everyone's invited to everyone else's celebration, think of how fat and delicious it would be, because we would have the best food.
Yeah, yeah. And hopefully you and Jennifer Lima can help me with my my new diet plan.
It will be
Will it
Tom has to
involve
go garden.
clean eating?
Yes.
Okay, count me in.
It will involve you actually growing your own food.
It's funny that you mentioned about why I mentioned about clean eating, but you just said yes. I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, geez, I ate so much junk last night. I had like 3 pizzas.
That's because that's what poker's about.
I know, but like, you know, I almost felt guilty. It's I don't want to get into psychology here. Actually, what I do want to get into, and if you can tell me about this, is so what did Tina talk about?
She talked about how journalism is dying.
All right.
She talked about how important it is for us to pay attention to our local politics. She talked about why she goes and does what she does, and the thoroughness and the honesty, and it seemed like she was doing really, really noble work.
Okay. So Noble Experiment would be a good partner for her.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I don't know if she's ever been to Noble Experiment. I don't know if she's a beer drinker. I
Right.
can't tell just by looking at someone if they're a beer drinker. By talking to them, I can figure out if they're a beer drinker.
All right.
But again, I recommend everyone go visit Nick over at Noble Experiment.
Yes. That's what I was getting at.
He's the newest and the youngest, and he's so excited to like share his beer with you, and he really wants it to be like cheers.
Yeah.
And it's lovely.
So
and
Tina, she essentially
she was talking about and David Carlucci was there. So the two of them had a really important conversation about how voting in Rockland has changed. And we're about to be in this year where we're voting on an even year, which I didn't even know was a big deal. I never really thought about it, but most elections happen in an odd year. And I don't remember the reason why Rockland County decided to do that, but David Carlucci, who is a former senator, I think, congressman, who's a former elected official of Rockland.
Yes,
and
I should know that.
And he is an alumni of RCC.
Yeah.
They were talking about how when you have local elections on an off year, you get more involvement. And I suspect that's because
Tina also agreed with that,
because that's what they were talking about. Because we're in this place now where Rockland County is about to have an even year election.
Exactly.
And that means you're not distracted by federal politics. You're supposed to be focused on your local politics.
Right.
And citizens, this is what we keep preaching, is that we are here as Rocklanders. We need to fix Rockland. We need to fix our own home and take care of one another here. Because I have nothing against the folks in any other state or any other country or any other place, even in this state. But we live here in Rockland, and there's a lot of us, and we have a lot of resources, and we need to make sure they're being used in the appropriate way so that all of us can be taken care of.
Absolutely. So they agreed on the need for odd year elections.
Well, even year elections. That was the one that, because normally the president gets elected in an odd year and he starts in an even year.
Right.
So he would.
It creates a cycle so you can focus on one thing at a time.
Right.
Now it's basically a supermarket where you go in and you got to be like, okay, I know that it creates. I mean, I would agree with this. It creates more study time for a person instead of spacing it out so that they can really absorb who they're voting for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That would make sense.
Our local politics are important, and I don't want to have this from a place of one side or the other of politics. I want to talk about it from the mechanic of politics. Right. We are here for everyone who is a resident of Rockland. You have an interest in making Rockland a safe and wealthy and affluent place, because the more of us who have abundance and can share it with those of us who don't, the richer we're going to be overall. You're just going to bring up the entire.
Well,
thing.
yeah. I mean, like, there's a lot of philanthropy that goes, and the way that our tax codes are written, and I'm starting to realize this. Again, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but when I get to something that I start to understand, it makes more logical sense. Like there's no downside to it.
Okay.
Reductive reasoning, if you will. Now, let's use a standard business framework. Okay. You're a business person. 2 weeks, we're going to have John Catsimatidis. He's a billionaire from WABC Radio. He's going to be doing a talk for our business group.
Okay.
Right? Oh, by the way, for anybody that's interested in that, worksmartny.com. And you can get your tickets starting Friday morning. And seating is limited. And we'll have John Catsimatidis doing a keynote.
More importantly, they get to meet you.
Nah.
Don't be humble.
You're going to be there too. That's more important. All right. Here's a pen. Sign people's autograph, or your autograph to people. All right. Just don't do what Peter Griffin. Thanks for playing.
What?
Those of you that watch Family Guy know that. But yeah. I mean, how do I put this? Well, I'll put it this way. I forgot what my point was.
You got derailed, didn't you?
I just derailed myself.
You derailed.
What was it I was trying to say?
Well, we were talking about.
About billionaires. Okay. Philanthropy. So you got a billionaire, right? Yeah. That probably has.
Do we have billionaires in Rockland?
Yeah, right up the road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Raj from. He's the guy that owns the most T-Mobile franchises.
He chose to live in Rockland.
Chose to live in Stony Point, brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's a damn shame. A damn shame that perhaps when Raj and Brian and a few other cats were involved to try to redevelop the Letchworth Village property.
Oh, that's not.
There you go.
Oh, Tom's
getting
all wound up.
Yeah, all right, so I haven't talked about.
I'm gonna go get Tom's soapbox. Hold on.
I haven't talked about George Potanovic in a long time, but I haven't forgotten, George. I haven't forgotten. Oh, now, let me be fair, okay? And I've said this. I don't hate the man, okay? I just very much disagree with some things. And one of them had to do with Letchworth Village. Okay, let's get off the Chippy thing for a minute. Letchworth Village, basically, it's been sitting there for a long time. And we had Raj and Brian and a few other people that would have purchased the property and remediated the buildings and brought in business tourism, a business conference center from, say, for instance, the Hilton or another really nice, something like that. But no. Oh, you're going to sell to this person or this person. You're not going to do anything. I don't like the way this is. And I blame George.
And you blame George.
Mike just he just checked out. He's like,
he's on his soapbox. I'm going to let him go.
Check my text messages.
Yeah. So,
anyway, yeah.
Are you done with your soapbox?
I'm sorry.
Okay. So, we're going to go back to something that's a little bit more lighthearted. Have you noticed all of the flowers popping up? April is here.
I know. I saw little purple flowers.
No more freezy colds, really. Hopefully no more snow. And I'm seeing green everywhere. The birds are coming back.
Yeah.
I see some dandelions. There's tulips and daffodils and hyacinth all over the place. Folks, it is time to get out of your houses. It is time to go for a walk in any of the number of parks in Rockland County. We have so many green spaces. Mm-hmm. So many green spaces.
Yeah. Time flies, and right around the corner is going to be winter. Winter is coming, but that's not right now. And if we stay in the right now, that's where it's at, man. That's where it's at. That's what I learned yesterday.
Now is the time to plant seeds.
Yes.
So there are several garden centers around Rockland County. You do not need to go to those big box stores, the orange one or the blue and silver one. Mm-hmm. We won't even mention their names. If you go to places like Van Houten Farms and Down to Earth and you talk to the folks who work there, many of them have worked there for decades, and they really know their plants.
Yeah.
And they will not steer you wrong from a place of, they won't let you buy the plant at the wrong time. They will explain to you where you're supposed to plant it, sometimes about what you're supposed to plant it next to, whether it's deer resistant, all those kind of things. But this goes back to, let's go find some local folk.
Yeah.
If you go to those big box stores, they can tell you it's anything. most of the stuff that is coming from the local garden centers are coming from local farmers that have a lot of respect for their craft, and they want to bring their coolest and best stuff to you.
Right.
In my mind, one of the best places to go get, say, vegetable plants is you go to the orchards at Conklin. And they've been growing stuff there for, I don't even know how long. They're one of the oldest farms in Rockland County.
Love the orchards.
Right? They got the best donuts. They got the best apples. And they have great plants. And you don't need to go to those big box stores.
I still owe you an apple. When we were on our way to Rockland Music Fest, I forgot. I haven't forgotten about that. I felt really bad.
That's
funny. It's
funny.
like we're on our way
funny.
to drop off.
I just want an apple from Conklin.
Yeah. And I noted that. I was like, I got to get him an apple today. I got to get him an apple.
They're so refreshing, and they have lots of different varieties and all grown right there.
Yeah.
And you really can have a conversation with any number of the workers there about what these apples are about, because that family knows its apples and it really loves it.
Yeah. Dig it.
But there's all of these plants and all of the other things that go with having an orchard and having a farm stand. There's actually a little market there. You can get your eggs. You can get all the things that you need for your house, really, from a place of, well, for your kitchen. And that's another one of those, go find the local shop, right? It's okay to go to the supermarket, but that money is not staying in Rockland County. You spend your money at Conklin's. How much of that dollar?
61 cents of every dollar spent in Rockland County stays in the county.
So that's places like Conklin's and Davies. And
it's when you put it in a small business, by the way, like the she made.
Right. You have to invest in those small business folk.
Yep.
And the stronger that the small businesses of Rockland are, the stronger all of Rockland will be. All of these big box stores in New York State learned this about 20 years ago. They are not investing in large companies. They're investing in small companies.
Right.
It works out better for everybody.
Well, Jennifer just mentioned that the Small Business Grant Fund from New York State reopened. I don't have the link for it, but that's going to be, actually, we're going to get involved in that.
Well, and listeners, if you have small businesses and you're interested in finding more out about grants, you can either write to us at rocklandnews.com/alert, or go check it out yourself and then write to us at Rockland News and tell us what you find.
Well, maybe we can
share our information.
Jennifer to do a bit of a presentation on it, and we can.
We'll do it on the air.
Yeah, and customers can contact Jennifer. She's worked for many different, very reputable organizations, and I'm talking enterprise level organizations. I don't want to put her resume out there, but let me just tell you, it is considerable.
Hold on. And I think she's a very nice lady.
Oh, she's awesome. She's awesome. Like when I gab with her, it's like I'm talking with my sister. Like,
She is Rockland County grown. Her family lives here. She is the type of person that we're talking about, because she's the citizen who wants to give back. So everybody, if you have abundance, give to those who don't.
Amen.
And support your neighbors, because you never know when you're going to need it.
Yeah. And, even this is my part of it, just throwing this out there, is that even billionaires not only, want to give back in some cases, but in other cases, they have to, because taxation, you have to,
without representation,
you have to offset your capital gains by putting it in the right. And remember, charitable contributions
have glazed over.
Charitable contributions are tax deductible. So by the for-profit companies investing in not-for-profit companies with good causes, they're doing two things. They're supporting a good cause, but they're also reducing the company's tax base. So there was this book that I read, I forget what year it was, but it's called Compassionate Capitalism. And it basically made the argument for having a charitable component of your business. And it just, and it's.
Now I'm interested again.
Yeah.
Charitable.
No, it's really good. Actually, I'll read it to, I'm not going to read it to you no. But I'll give you the book and everything.
But that goes back to, if you have abundance, you should go give, so those who don't have can still survive.
Right.
And it's not from they're lazy or whatever, what have you. there's a lot of folks in Rockland that are suffering because of the economic downturn, because the prices are high of things, because technology is outstripping the need for human labor, and we need to retool and retrain ourselves. And part of it is we as humans are accepting inferior products, where if we can look at the things that are handmade and handcrafted and custom made, and you buy those from your neighbors in the Maiden Street USA shops, we can have our cake and eat it too.
Without a doubt.
Right? I am not a Bezos fan, but even what Amazon does, it does better than anybody else. With that being said, if you can buy it local, you buy it local.
Yeah.
If you can't, then you go deal with Bezos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So, folks, I can't express it enough. Just get out and meet your friends, meet your neighbors, and be part of the community.
Think globally, act locally.
Yeah.
It's a tried and true slogan that I used to like back in the day before the Gretas showed up and said, "How dare you?"
Now. She can be her little eco-freako if she wants. I like the birds and the plants and the trees and the seed banks.
I'm sorry, everybody. That's my fault. I just sometimes I held back a lot of stuff over the last 8 years, and I want you to know.
Hold on. Are green spaces in Rockland important?
Yes.
So that's what we need to know.
However, depends on the percentage, because you and I both know that the more
I'm talking parks.
Parks? Yeah, absolutely.
Recreational green spaces and
protected lands.
Yeah. So we should not be able to build anything in Harriman State Park.
Correct.
Like it was designated there for a reason.
Correct.
Right? It's a recreational area.
Exactly. And that's the give back that we have. Like, we work hard, we do our thing, but we also got some great spaces around us.
You should be able to go out and relax and get out of your houses and apartment buildings and all of that and get back into nature, because we have such great spaces for that. And this is one of the most beautiful places on the planet come fall.
Yep.
Like Hudson Valley is award winning, and Rockland County is not a part of that. We're exactly a part of that. We have some of the most beautiful land in the world.
And if you're looking to make your inner home feel more like that outer land where you have clean space, visit Clean Space Junk Removal. Ooh. That's right, Clean Space, mmc.us, Clean Space Junk Removal will get rid of all the junk in your house except below your belt. You can get rid of your trash. You can get rid of the clutter in your garage. You can get rid of all of those canisters that have old books and things from relatives that just says, "I don't need this anymore," and they just drop it into your lap and say, "Here, do something with this." And then you got to put it in these containers all the way in the back. And then on top of that, you get the pages and the papers and all the clutter that's everywhere, and it's just too much. You got to get out of there.
And then when it's all clean and clear, and you've decided you need some houseplants, write us here at rocklandnews.com/alerts, and Jen and I will help pick you out some plants.
Exactly. You can have a really nice clean space, and Tony can drop off the trailer on Friday, pick it up on Saturday. You could just get all the stuff out of your house, just throw it out, have a nice clean space, and then talk with Mike and Jennifer.
And we'll make you Zen and teach you how to eat cleanly and grow your own food like Tom.
I feel like when we end this show, whenever it happens, we're going to, instead of having Alana call us out and stuff, we're just going to go,
And now from a word, I'm going to quote Jen Lima, Anyway.
Yeah. So what now? Yeah.
Events. We heard a lot of things that are going on in Rockland.
Right.
I can tell you that the Angel of Nyack is always doing something. I was down there on Sunday trying to get through the street fair to get to my job.
Right.
Let me tell you, parking was a bear. But the street festival looked really robust. It looked like there was a lot of people out there having a really good time. And I met a guy named Sam Robbins at Angel of Nyack. He's a folk singer.
All right.
And oh my God, is that guy good?
Yeah.
I was doing lights for the show. Angel and Nyack is a great place. There's a soup kitchen there. They do all sorts of different kinds of music. I would check them out. They're in Nyack. But this guy, Sam Robbins, I would recommend anyone go find him on YouTube and find him on the YouTubes or wherever you got to go find music acts at. But Sam Robbins, he's not even 30 years old, and he's singing from his heart, and it feels like his soul is like 5 lifetimes old, because he's singing stuff that is so rich about the human experience. And you could tell that he's been around people a lot and really studied folk. A lot of really good storytelling. He knows a lot of the classic rock music and the 50s music and all of that, because he has that into his show. But we had a really good time.
Yeah.
Did
you plan to keep in contact with him? Did you trade numbers?
No, because we were in the middle of work and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know that if I want to find any of these musicians, that I am in contact. This is to circle it back to the start of our show. I'm in contact with promoters and venue owners and rock music festival producers.
That's right.
Like Rockland Music Fest.
Yeah, right? I was just trying to.
You're trying to what?
Push that off of
No,
me,
no, Rockland Music Fest.
Yeah.
But to my point,
yep,
we have connections to those things.
We do.
If I need to go get Sam Robbins back, I'm going to go talk to my folks over there at the Angel of Nyack. You all should check it all out.
Mm-hmm.
It is a really, really cool community space.
Without a doubt.
Susan over there is so wonderful. She tries really hard to make it a good experience for everybody. And there's a lot of other stuff going on there. So yeah, Angel and Nyack, cool spot.
Definitely.
Well, I guess we've run out of news.
Well, we actually have one more piece of information that's really important.
Is this breaking, or did we just forget about this?
No, this is actually, and again, I got to give kudos to Tina, because, I'm looking forward to sitting down and listening to the whole interview, because like I said, the news is we all have competitors in Rockland County. We're very thankful that we had, we did 600 stories last year. We got 590,000 people viewing those stories. We got 4 million on social.
She's a competitor, and I disagree. There is so much going on in Rockland that it takes a village. It takes a community to get all of that stuff together.
Right. I'm not talking about an angry competitor. I'm talking about in other words,
we are contributors to the news.
That's true.
We are. You and I,
yeah,
and Tina, from different angles, are contributing to the voice of Rockland.
Right. Well, that's where I was going to say that, she's a competitor, but I consider her a colleague because we're in the same industry. So we're talking the same thing. But from a business standpoint, it's like, let me say for an instance, right? Like the ones that we have as advertisers, like 202 Cannabis. Right. So we settled on them, but it was after we did the ribbon cutting for Treehouse Cannabis.
Okay.
However, we found out that they're advertising with RC Business Journal.
Okay.
Right. So I said, okay.
Different demographic, different set of ears.
Right. No, and I'm
different
not
set of eyes.
Yeah, and I'm not putting it down. I'm saying that just told me, all right, so that's Tina's client. So then we looked for something else in that space. And again, I don't know anything about this cannabis.
But you're going to learn.
202 Cannabis located. But my point is that's where the competition thing goes in. And nobody, it's not like tomorrow morning, Tina and I are going to wake up in separate beds and be like, I want to get more advertisers than them. I don't think it's like that at this point.
We are
but
telling
at the same
the news
time,
a different way. And
right.
We're talking about different news. And some people want to listen to our voices and some people want to listen to her voices. There's this place is big enough for the both of us.
Yeah.
And actually it's big enough that there are other organizations that also try and go out and get news. There's over 300,000 of us. There's a ton of businesses. There's a ton of stuff that goes on in Rockland County. Not any one agency can cover it all. And we know that the Journal News only cares about Westchester, and they can't even get Westchester right because it's so big.
Right.
So the one thing I would like to add, tying it back to supporting small business, is we met at a small family-owned bookstore.
Yes.
And there's not enough of those.
Pickwick Books?
No, Pickwick's in Nyack.
Okay.
We met at Sparkle Books in
Sparkle
Hill.
Books. Okay.
Sparkle, they are more than just a bookstore. They have all sorts of like kitschy stuff. They have games. There's a snack bar in the back. It looks like a place that if I was a young nerdy teenager who was a little antisocial and loved books, could go stay out of trouble, get myself diving in a book, whether it's fantasy or a biography or whatever it is. It seemed like one of those places that we need for our community, for our young people, and not just for the young people, because the old folks need to go buy books too, and they want to have it be entertained. But I remember being a young hooligan in North Rockland, and there were some places for us to go, but not really. And the ones that, what I'm seeing now is everything's so flashy and everything's so quick.
Oh yeah, instant gratification.
To see a place like Sparkle Books and look at it from a place of, this is a comfortable place. Like I would tell my daughter, if she lived in Sparkhill, to go walk down and go hang out in the bookstore, because I would feel comfortable with Donna and her family.
Yeah. With
my teenager in the bookstore.
And you know who Donna is?
I just know she knows.
Donna Mealy. Donna Mealy.
Like the Mealy?
The Mealy family that owned the Rockland County Times.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. So Donna and her husband Ken Herndon, they inherited the Rockland County Times from the original editor, which was Armand Mealy, who took it over from a previous editor. And he ran the Rockland County Times really well. Our editor at Rockland's News is actually from the Rockland County Times. But Donna was responsible for Rockland Web Design, my first company, having office space for 5 years because she had a shared workspace next door. It was beautiful, Mike. And I really got a chance to, kind of expand my client base by inviting people to the office, helping them to build their website.
You mean building a community, Tom?
Well, yeah. Yeah, generally, yeah. So Donna, that's who you talked with,
right.
Yeah.
Right. So everybody go check it out. It's in Sparkhill. Sparkly Bookstore.
Yeah. That's the web address, or?
I'll look it up on Main Street. While Tom's looking that up,
sparklebooks.com.
Yeah. The whole discussion of competition versus telling the news, I can't reiterate enough that Rocklanders deserve choice. Yeah. We have choices in everything, and what we're trying to do is give you a local review, I guess,
right,
of what we're finding. Tina's going to find other things.
Okay.
We might cross paths, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that she finds out that we don't find out, and vice versa.
And that's why
we're looking at different places in Rockland.
Yeah, and that's why I don't look at it just as flat out competition, because she does put out really valuable information. Here's one of those pieces of information. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm just going to paraphrase. So it seems that there's legislation currently in Rockland County to change the parameters of how contracting is approved in Rockland County. So the current system,
yes, I've heard about this.
So the current system is the stuff has to go, and I hope I'm citing the right department, but it's basically, if you want a new house or a new addition or something put up, you gotta have a licensed contractor. The effort to be licensed in Rockland County is very tight. You have to go through the process. You have to take tests. I know, for instance, my colleague Bob Masterson, may he rest in peace, he was applying to become a painter in Rockland County, and unfortunately he passed away, and the process never went through, obviously, but he was studying for tests, and he was, really trying to put it together. And, but that is the current system. You have to be tested in order to get in the door and be a licensed contractor in New York in Rockland County.
And this is a vetting process, so you don't just have anyone coming and messing with your house.
Correct.
It's a safety issue.
As reported by the Rockland County Business Journal, there's legislation in the Rockland County Legislature to change that process, to put that entire licensing process into the Office of Consumer Protection. Now, that's a different department than make sure, if you think of it as an end result, where if something goes wrong, then the Office of Consumer Protection is involved. It's, from the way I'm reading Tina's story, it seems like the testing component is being done away
Dismantled.
with. It seems like that.
Right. So what they're trying to put the onus on the citizen and not on themselves.
Right.
That's what I'm hearing. And citizens, that outrages me, because I get that it's hard to make a living in Rockland County, and that there's a lot of certifications and there's a lot of tests needed, and you have to have this and that and the other thing on your resume, and it's hard to find a job. But watering down the quality of the skill set is not going to help us make for a better Rockland. I'm not going to tell you to vote which way or whatever, but I am of the mindset that my fellow citizens should be protected from people who would damage their property, do them harm, or steal from them.
Oh yeah,
those are
absolutely.
things. Those are things I would like to have security on from Rockland County.
Yeah, and I find it interesting because, I have a lot of contractors as friends, and I asked them, when we went to the poker event last night, I was talking with a gentleman named Max who was sitting right next to me. Very thoughtful individual. Actually, his son is patenting something. Okay. But I told him about this. He goes, wow, that's going to really, it's going to cause, more faulty housing, but also probably more injury, maybe lawsuits.
Correct. Destruction of property and a lot of frustration by Rocklanders.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing is going to happen.
So I don't know, and I'm not being judged. It's whatever the process is, but this is something that I think that, the general public should be made aware of, is that the contracting requirements in Rockland County seem to be shifting.
Now, if our citizens wanted to be active and do something about this, what would you suggest they do?
Well,
are there places? Is
Rockland
County having a
I think the next legislature meeting. Let's look it up. RocklandCountyLegislature.com.
And in the short term, you can reach out to folks like Tom and I at rocklandnews.com/alerts, or reach out to Tina. Or reach out to Tina.
Tina's got a website, rcbizjournal.com. She's got a lot of stories out there. She probably writes more stories than we do some days of the week.
I believe she writes 6 to 8 stories a week.
Got it. We do about 20. All right. So Rockland County Legislatures, Jay Hood. I'm just looking for the events page.
She's singular. She has a team that does extra.
Tina?
Yes.
Okay. That's cool. That's a smart thing. Legislative proceedings. Legislators. I'm trying to find when there's another event, and the calendar just seems to be a little blank right now. I don't see anything on the calendar.
If that is the case for the short term, reach out to us, folks, because we need to raise the voice on this. We need to be concerned about what's going on in our county,
right,
and how they are maneuvering us, because the elected officials, although they are supposed to be very smart human beings, they don't know everything. And we are in some of the industries that they don't actually know about. Mm-hmm. When the craft beverage rollout of New York State happened, the legislators didn't understand how brewing worked.
Mm-hmm.
And they made laws not understanding how the process went.
Right. Yeah.
So the problem became, you cut out a section of the industry that was necessary and left a bunch of loopholes open by accident, not knowing. In this particular case, New York State grows hops very well. Hops is one of the main ingredients in beer. You take the hop, you harvest it, and then you pelletize it. And the pelletizing is not done by the farmer. The farmer sells it to the pelletizing company. And nobody in the legislature knew when they rolled out the thing that you needed to involve the pelletizer of the hops.
The pelletizer.
And on the grain side, you don't just take grain to make beer. You take grain and then you malt it.
Oh.
So there's a whole craft of being a malt house, like centuries old skills. The legislators didn't know that existed, so that wasn't addressed in the rollout of the economic development, and they had to go play catch up.
Gotcha.
Because they were not involved in the industry. They weren't talking to the industry people when they were making their laws. In this particular case, what we're talking about with Rockland is all of you who are contractors, who have worked your whole lives and you have your licenses and you have all of this respect. We need to hear your voices on this, because if
I'm curious how people feel about this on both sides of the issue,
because it feels like a watering down of a skill set, which is not something I think we need. I think we need to focus on more human labor and more human craft and more human skill. We have tools. AI is a tool. It is not a replacement for the human mind. It is a tool for us to use to get the human mind there faster.
The band Tool is sometimes a replacement for the human mind. Not often, though. I will say that.
No, the band Tool is a meditative process for the human mind.
It is more meditative. It's definitely an awesome band. That's the way I look at it. So, Mike, anything else that we got to go over?
Rockland County is awesome. Everything's blooming, and I'm really excited for all of spring. And I hope the citizens all get outside and get some vitamin D and are happy.
Last time I brought this up, I went into some dangerous territory with my dialogue, so I'm not going to talk anything about vitamin D.
No vitamin D.
No vitamin D.
Just go get some sun.
Get some sunlight.
Get some sun. Go outside.
Yeah.
Go take a walk.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. It's going to be warm for a couple of days, and then it's going to get chilly again, which doesn't mean you should stay inside.
Right.
Just throw a scarf in.
You want to do the weather? We got our hippy dippy weatherman here.
I already told him it's hot. It's hot today.
There you go.
82, 83. Oh,
It's just down here. Sorry, we're on the iPad. We walked away from the computer to do this podcast.
I am telling you, it's supposed to get up to 83 today.
Yeah.
84 today, and and that's in Stony Point. It will rain tonight.
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain tonight. But it will still be warm and muggy tomorrow. Less warm as the sun tries to peek out on Friday. Saturday, we're down into the upper 60s. Sunday, it drops all the way down to 53 with a freeze warning. All of my gardeners get those plants back inside Sunday and Monday. And as we go back into the next week, it stays kind of cooler. Wow. Again, April doing its thing where it can't make up its mind. Mother Nature, you're drunk.
Yes.
Plant flowers.
When April showers, they come, they bring the flowers that bloom in May. So if it's raining, have no regrets, because I forget the rest of the song. It was on a Looney Tunes thing a long time ago.
I was waiting for Tom to finish his crooning. It was kind of fun. Anyway, I think it is time for the lovely Alana to take us out.
Because she can croon a lot better than we can. Everybody have a great day. We'll be back next time on Friday morning. Actually, what am I saying? We're going to be over
someplace.
Yeah, actually, OK Rockland. Mike, if you're around. But we're going to be doing an episode of OK Rockland over at Kobe Sushi tonight. And remember, you get 15% off your entire order if you mention Rockland's News. Minimum $75, but we'll have the legendary Mike Torres, jazz musician, who's going to be performing from 6 to 9 o'clock, and Rockland News will be there. Mike, this has been a great episode.
Great episode.
Yeah, man.
Everyone, be kind to one another. Be helpful. Get outside. Plant the seeds of hope.
You're listening to Rockland News, available on Apple, Spotify, and online at rocklandnews.com. Thanks for joining us today. Here are your hosts, Tom Osa and Mike Kluger.
As always, we would be behest without mentioning our many sponsors that we are thankful for. First of all, the New York Boulders baseball team. Work Smart New York Business Boot Camp coming up April 29th with keynote speaker John Katzmatidis from WABC Radio.
Yabu Fence, Danny Place Control, Easy Temp, PS Acapulco, Kobe Sushi, Whole Shot Bagel, Stony Point Pancake Factory, the UPS Store in West Haverstraw, IB Rehab Physical Therapy in West Haverstraw, INS Vape in Stony Point, Susan Bova from Coldwell Banker Realty, 99 Signs,
FC Perfection, Clean Space Maintenance Management Company. On behalf of Mike and Tom, have a great rest of the day.
Go get a beer.